You actually set a timer. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you want to start with
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining the event. Can't really see it with those online, but I'm sure you can't hear us just ping us. But I'm pretty confident that you do that. This is our sixth Dojo event. We come together and like share different latest technology skill sets. Been running these workshops for the last five months-ish, and it's won a lot of fruit. So I'm really happy to see you all here, and hopefully we'll encourage you to try the new tech and also share and also maybe share knowledge back in the future, something useful for the community. So I'm so sorry I didn't manage the best slides today because I've been hammered at work, but I'm really excited to firstly thank Thomas for volunteering to present on mobile development today, how do you build mobile apps with just AI, and then to think about what can you do with code to actually make that even better. And so before we start, we usually do a quick introduction of each other, so we can have a little bit more of a understanding of what you're interested in and like who you are really. So I can start, and maybe just I'll just say like I'm Winson. I am currently been a Fishburner for the last 5-6 months, and been working on a travel app called City Trails. It's one that you can. But recently I've been working in fintech. It's a full-time job. Hey, you guys still got to pay the bills, and so I'm interested in learning about mobile app development and just generally what else we can do to make our lives easier with AI, especially in the software engineering and data engineering. Off to, thank you. And next, Vasco?
Yes, Vasco. Hey guys, I'm Vasco. I'm coming from Fishburner maybe 3 months. I build small startup for my agents, custom my agents for the business. I'm in the IT business for 50 years.
Cool.
Hey guys, I'm Mossy. I'm the founder of Rising Returns, which is a property investing company. And I want to build an AI buyer's agency plus an property investing app. So I'm keen to see how we can do it.
Thank you.
I'm secure, I'm in healthcare, and just I'm interested in seeing how I can get started with the basics of coding.
Cool. Excellent. And if you the back, like if you want to if you're in Gather, you want to put some notes there, you can use Gather to put it on the whiteboard. The whiteboard's there later if you need it. So if you click on unmute if you can, so that people online can hear you if you like.
I'm Candy. I just started up my own little startup, but I'm more interested in kind of AI coaching kind of aspect, but I don't have a lot of time.
You?
Hi, I'm Timothy. I'm working on a 3D printing marketplace.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm a product manager. I'm just mostly curious about what I can do with prototyping and things AI to help speed things along the development process.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Ivy, and I'm a marketer, and I'm just interested in different tools we can use for AI and how you can feel better and daily life experiences.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I work in tech, and I'm also quite curious on how to develop an app and leverage AI to do so.
I'm Sharon. I'm a founder of a company called Engine AI. I offer AI services, consulting, previously been head of AI technology startups, and so all things AI. I gave the last talk here.
The last talk was
wanted
fantastic.
to listen to what Thomas has to say on what happened.
Hey everyone, I'm Sam, and I'm the founder of Lovable platform.
Cool, thanks.
Hi, Kelly. I'm
have some online folks.
Also, Wendy is Tomas's partner, and so thank you so much for being here to support.
So I think we have some online folks.
Yeah, let's see some online. Yeah, anyone online would like to share? But you have to come to the middle to the spotlight actually. Yeah. If you want to have a chat. But yeah, otherwise, like SDJ. Remember this person back then before.
Admit, Winson?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we have made connection.
Also, I can see myself in the background. So, hey, my name is Sunil. I'm here to just learn how to use it.
You're breaking.
Sorry. I'm currently working in a startup in a Web3 company, looking after the operations and keen to learn how to leverage AI to create apps.
Cool. Thank you. Yes, okay. Should we look for more people? Hey, Sri. Hi, Sri. Hey, how are you? Good to see you here. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, May. Hey, Nathan. You want to introduce yourself?
So I'm the student 7 years over a Bachelor of IT. So I'm really interested in how to make the mobile apps, especially using the AI tool. It's nice to see you, and I really enjoy it. Really started to attend the event.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Sri, talk to you later. Nathan, Mark, you want to say hi or before? That's fine. Come to the middle if you like. Alright, okay, cool. Let's hand it over. Alright, cool. So without further ado, let's hand it over to main speaker Tomasz. Let's give him a round of applause. He presents on building mobile apps with AI.
All right. Thank you, Winson, for the intro. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at the dojo. This tag, the other thing I told for this is too complex for me to use. So what I press to present my slides?
Here. So you go back together, and then you go here. Broadcasting.
Okay.
Oh, you are broadcasting. Yeah. So
I'm not.
yeah, 1 second. So I gotta find your screen.
I have to press share my screen. I think I lost
Yeah, you need to share your screen.
Okay.
The screen share?
Yep. Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Okay, great. Yeah, I see you now.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Can you toggle it so it's good?
Yep. Cool.
Right. Thank you, Winson. Thank you everyone for coming today. Thank you for the intros. It's great to see so many smart people in the room and so many people who want to learn something new. As I said in the intro for this session will be for a wide range of audience, for people who are total beginners to people who are quite advanced in mobile app development. So let me sense the room. Like, who has never written a mobile app? Everyone but two, but one. Okay, who has written a mobile app?
To-do list.
Okay, we have a few. Who has never done any coding? Okay,
wow.
So we have a good I would say, range of skills in the room, and so that's really cool. We
Online?
have something for everyone.
Yeah, whether online can, if you want to check it.
Again, this is too complex.
Too complex, yeah, you can react.
You can read it out to me. What
You can, yeah, if you want to.
I think we have another participant,
yeah,
so
okay,
we can
cool.
maybe...
Yeah, location, yeah, okay. Queenie.
All right. So, yeah, I will talk today about how to build mobile apps fast with AI. And what are the key points of this? I'm going to get the screen. So we'll talk specifically about mobile apps, not websites, no other things. And we'll talk about fast. So we're not talking about building a full product which is going to production yet. So we're talking more about like API kind of space and with AI. Yeah. So specifically with AI. So these three things. Quick intro. For today we will skip we did the intros and icebreakers. So I'll talk a little bit about the evolution of mobile app development, how it started, how it was in the past, how it looked 10 years ago, how it's looking now, and how it will look in the future. and then we'll quickly discuss different options for different technologies and how we want to tackle this problem. There are many ways to do it, there's no one best way. Then we'll build an app with Lavable. Who has heard about Lavable? Okay, who has used Lavable? Okay, so we have 3 people who have used Lavable. So if you already know Lavable, then it will be a bit easy for you, but then we'll do something more advanced after that. Then we'll have a quick break, and then we'll have a demo. So like we will share what we built in Lavable. We'll see how it goes, how much time we have, and how well the tool is responding today, because sometimes it doesn't work very well. And then we'll build an app with Flutter and Cursor. Who has used Flutter? Okay, we have 1 person. Who has used Cursor? Okay, 4 folks. Okay, so I think you guys will learn a lot of new things today, so I'm glad. And then we'll build an app with Popable, which I'll talk a bit more later. And then we'll have 10 minutes for Q&A. We'll see how we go with time. Flutter and Cursor one's a bit advanced. We may be stuck in some errors, depending on how the AI generates the code and how it goes. So we'll see how far we go, and I have to say stop at some point with Flutter and Cursor to see how far we go, so we have some time for Q&A. Winson, please help me with timekeeping. I'm terrible with time, so...
Let me take a screenshot.
Yeah, we are already behind schedule, right? So, right, thank you for the intros. I don't remember every intro, sorry for that. A terrible memory, but I know we got some people doing startups in health, some in finance and investment. So all the cool ideas, and some people who don't build startups yet but want to learn. So that's great. So a few words about myself. So I'm Tomasz. I have 16 years of professional development experience. I worked for 12 years in Google Japan and Google Australia. I'm an avid coder. In Google, I led 2 engineering teams. Here, I joined Fishburners in January to try my best with doing my own project from the ground up. I founded Memolemon and Popable apps. Both are mobile apps. So I have some experience in building mobile apps.
Sorry, Thomas, 1 second. Can you screen record from your side as well? Because I think I won't be able to get your audio.
Recording. I don't
Screen recording.
Alright, yeah, no worries. Alright,
sorry. There you go. Show you.
Alright, so yeah, that's my quick background. Let's go next. So I wanted to show you what I built recently. If I find my phone, there it is. So I've been working on this app to bring AI knowledge to people, all knowledge of the world to people's devices in a way like TikTok does. Very heavily personalized, strongly personalized. If you want to scroll, don't scroll, maybe you want to learn something instead. So let me just show you, just to demonstrate what kind of things you can build with Flutter and Cursor. This was built in Flutter and Cursor. So give me a second, and I will open the app just to show you a bit of background of what I've been working on, but we're not going to discuss it much. Okay. So Flashcard app for studying whatever you want. You have a main screen, your progress, you have cards due for review using spaced repetition. Who has used Anki or Quizlet? Okay, yes, people school learn Flashcards, school learn things. We have packs, we have all knowledge of the world pretty much. We have 1 billion cards pretty much. You can learn whatever you want. And you can learn something. That's a magical button. You can learn something. It's a heavily personalized algorithm who learns how you engage with cards. And this is useful for testing.
The communication system was stolen.
Okay. Hints you can answer.
The 84. Who else besides?
And you can swipe
how does you trigger
like on TikTok, right? So you like on Tinder or you like a Tinder TikTok. So that's the app I built. There's another app I built. It's Popable, and I will talk about a bit more at the end of this session. All right, so that's it about Memolemon. Let's go back to the presentation. So I will start with something. And by the way, anytime if you have any questions, please interrupt. Okay, so let's make it interactive. Okay, we did the icebreakers. Okay, so what do you need to build a mobile app? Any ideas? What do you need to build a mobile app?
Laptop.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a good start. What else do you need? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that you want to know?
Yeah, that's you can use it.
I don't need it. So another thing. What else do we need to build a mobile app? An idea. That's excellent. Excellent. We definitely need an idea.
Chocolate. How do
I'll actually ask you for a
Who did that?
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay. Any other? What else do we need? A mobile phone. That's interesting. Usually you need a mobile phone, but you can use an emulator these days. So you don't really need it. But I recommend you to have a mobile phone. So it's fine. Any other ideas? Host. Yeah, someone to host it. Yeah? If it's a website, especially the host to host it. If it's a web, like traditional mobile app, you may want to host it on the Play Store or App Store, right? Developer. Oh, yeah. Some nodes might struggle with developer accounts. They're trying to release Memolemon, like keep getting rejected by Apple. A bit of a struggle. They're very strict. All right. So from different perspective, you need a frontend, which is the UI, pretty much, what the users interact with. And then you need the backend, which is all of that heavy machinery. For example, personalization algorithms, managing accounts, like password resetting, but not the UI of how the image is sent with the reminder of your password and storing that password, the storage, or if it's, for example, a modern app like TikTok, serving all of that videos, which is a very heavy infrastructure to serve it very fast. Like you never see a spinner when you swipe TikTok, right? Like when you use other websites, spinner all the time, buffering on YouTube. Who has seen buffering on YouTube? The spinner, everyone, right? TikTok is so well optimized, very good backends, right? So that's the machinery to that ugly stuff. And so if you have any backend engineers, say, no, not ugly. It's actually very interesting stuff, but it's the stuff which is not visual, right? Heavy stuff. I think heavy is the better. And also we need software tools to build it, right? In the past, we could write in a notepad. I wrote websites in a notepad, the Windows notepad in the past. But now we have better tools for that, especially for mobile development. You do want to use tools. So let me tell you quickly about waves of mobile app development. This is not grounded in science. This is my take, so take it with a grain of salt. I just wrote it yesterday, my thoughts on how I see the history of mobile app development. And I've been in this space for 16 years, so I've seen quite a bit. I haven't seen everything, but I've seen some things, and this is my take on how I see mobile app development, how it evolved over time. Okay, so first, we have the old school one. So what do we need to build? We need to build the front end, we talked front and the back end, right? So we have the first one, Android code in Java or recently in Kotlin. Then we need to write the code for iOS in Objective-C, Turbo language, and maybe in Swift, more recent ones. And then you need backends in Java, Python, JavaScript, or Go or Ruby. So you see it's all different tech stacks, right? We have Java or Kotlin, we have Objective-C or Swift, then we have Python or JavaScript, different technologies. So usually in the old school world, companies would hire some people for Android, some people for iOS, and some people for backend. It was very common for people to be front-end engineers or backend engineers. Now it's more popular to have cross-stack engineers. Back then it wasn't popular because it was so hard to know all of that stuff. But now, with the modern tools, it's easier to have a wide knowledge on everything. And I will show you how easy it is to build everything. There's everything, front and back, everything. But you see, few engineers for at least few months to build like a medium-sized app. Very handwave, so let's say 3, so 9 engineers for half a year. That sounds like a lot of resources, right? A lot of resources. And you may say that that sounds like an exaggeration, but I'll give you an example. When I worked for Google, we worked on this app called Neighborly. It was an app for India, and it took us 2 years and 8 engineers on the front end, 8 engineers on the back end to build the initial version, which was a flop. So you see how much resources were burned and how slow it was. It was an old school type of development. By the way, we didn't support iOS. So those all 8 front-end engineers were all focused on Android. The tooling was bad, the technology was slow, and the engineering velocity was very slow and moved very slow. Okay? So that's the old school way. I asked Gemini to generate an image visualizing the old school style of programming. So it's very fun. You can see some old school fonts, and I don't know, the floppy disk machine, I don't know, and the whiteboards. So I think it's kind of real, kind of funny but real. I think in the past a lot of whiteboarding, now you have tools for that, Miro and other online tools. And back then, everything, code, a lot of code and a lot of people in the room to make it happen, right? So then we have, I call it the frameworks wave. So a lot of solutions came to make it easier because that was a pain point, right? Like building the same app twice, one for iOS, and again, same app in Android. And when you have a change, you have to make the change here and here. It's just a waste of time, and we double the engineers. So of course, a lot of companies try to come up with a solution and monetize on this, and came with cross-platform frameworks. And we have Flutter, we have recently Kotlin multi-platform, we have React Native, so a lot of solutions for that. And before that, we got, I think, Ionic, all this, what's that, Zen, all their frameworks, PhoneGap, and so on for that. And also we got backends, simpler backends, like backends as a service, for example, Firebase, or Supabase, or AWS. All those solutions which simplify deployment and building the backends, so we don't have to. Sit in front, go on. So you don't have to deploy all of the backends right from scratch or the storage. You can just click it out and it just works for you. Right? And this is the visualization. Yeah, more dynamic.
It looks the same.
Laptops.
Okay, they're all Asian.
No whiteboards anymore. People being online. I think less people. I'm not sure about this display pointing the other way around. But yeah, that's the interpretation of Gemini. Okay, next is AI assistant. So now we have the wave for AI. And a few years ago, people realized that the conversational AI can actually generate code. And it got better and better and better. It couldn't really write full apps end to end, but it could really help you with stuff. So I think this is the third, we can call it the third AI-assisted wave, and this is happening right now. So we have mobile apps in cross-platform framework from the previous wave, but with AI help. So you can kind of see, it's just that with AI help. And oh, by the way, before we go back, I think we forgot to mention this one. A few engineers, a few months, because a few engineers can do all of the three. Right, so from 9 engineers, for half a year we got to 3 engineers for right, with the frameworks. So better frameworks. Okay, back to AI assistant. So AI can help write code. Like recently, an example, I was writing some Python scripts for processing data from Memolemon, extracting Wikipedia articles to extract contents, interesting facts. And it was very slow. I had to process in the beginning of 2,000 articles, so like 200,000 flashcards. It was taking like 10 hours, and the script kept failing. So I didn't want to wait 8 hours and then restart it. And again, so I wanted to parallelize it, write it on different threads, but I didn't remember how to do it in Python. I did it at uni a long time ago, but I didn't remember how to do it. So I asked Cursor, the AI, can you make this code run in parallel? And it just did it, and it just worked. It was magic. Yeah? So I think AI assistants are very good at helping us with things which are not super complicated, but so there are people who know the solution, but we happen to not have the solution. So they have a very wide knowledge, but it's kind of shallow, right? And it's very good because you're still in charge. You are still the one who is coding, right? But the assistant just suggesting things to you, still review, you look at it, it's just an assistant. Yeah? You are the leader, the person is an assistant. The AI is an assistant. So we got, with that, with AI help, we got to a few engineers in a month, or 1 engineer in a few months, right? It's a very hand-wavy estimate. That's just to see like, how it's decreasing, right? And this is the Gemini visualization. AI assistant. I think this looks kind of cool. You use Cursor, that there's the software with like all of these toolbars which suggest you different things called snippets, and you just kind of in the center, but you still have the keyboard. Yeah, that's the key thing. You still have the hands on the keyboard. You're the one who actually does the most of the work, and the AI just assists you. And then the last wave is AI done, right? Oh, actually, I think I should look at the camera so people know that as well. So AI done.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
That's better. Thank you.
AI done. So it's not assisted. The AI does the work for us. We are just around to kind of guide it, right? So it's flipped roles. AI is at the keyboard, and we are just on the side just to guide it. So we get from getting to one engineer, but not necessarily engineer because you're not writing code anymore, so you don't have to be an engineer, to one person in a few hours. That's the no-code solutions like Lavable, right? So this is the visualization. You see the person is no longer at the keyboard, it's the AI doing everything for you. A bit abstract. Doesn't really look like this, yeah, when you use Lavable, but it's like that. You are no longer at the keyboard. You're not typing the code. You're writing the console. So today we'll be focusing on two things, on two styles of development. One is AI assisted, and the second one is the AI done by AI, right? So this one on the right will be, this one on the left will be Flutter and Cursor, and this one on the right will be Lovable. All right. So there are so many options, and you've been observing this space, and every week there's something new around AI. Last, I think, week, Google announced publicly Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is good at coding, pretty good at coding. Like a month ago, they released a Lovable competitor, which is Firebase Studio, and every week there's something new. Every week there's something new. It's a very exciting space. So there's a lot of solutions. I don't know all of them. I know just a few, so there'll be definitely solutions you might have heard or used. I may not know them, so I may not have all of the answers. But I will list the most popular ones I'm familiar with, and what I suggest is just one of the options. And there may be other options which work for you better. Okay, so that's a bit of a disclaimer.
Is that Whisper? Have you heard of? I heard recently of Whisper.
Whisper, I heard about it. I haven't used Whisper.
Yeah.
So first, let's start with. So let's talk about different solutions out there. You're not going to use all of them. You just pick one from here, one from here, one from here. So first, we have front-end solutions. How do we build the front-end? You remember the UI, right? So how do we build it in a way that we build it once, not twice, right? Not separate iOS and Android, we just write it once quickly, efficiently. So we have React Native, which is very popular, sponsored by Facebook. We have Kotlin multi-platform, sponsored by Google, yes. And we have Flutter, also sponsored by Google. 3 different solutions for pretty much the same problem that we have to write afterwards. Then we have backend solutions. We have Firebase, which makes you build backends without writing in the code. You just click it out. Yeah? And then you have Supabase, which is Firebase competitor. We have AWS, more advanced suite for services, Amazon Web Services. So you can also click out things, but you can also write some code. And you have Google Cloud Platform, which is also similar offering to AWS. So the first two kind of simpler, right? More advanced. And then you have software to build software, also called as IDEs. Who's familiar with the term IDE? It's kind of old-fashioned. Yeah? Integrated development environment. Yeah? So we have Bolt, we have Replit, we have Lavable, which are for no-code no-code pretty much solutions, and we have Cursor, which is the assistive one. So that's less code, right? And there's much more than those. There's also Copilot from Microsoft and GitHub. There's also Lavable. There's also Flutter Flow. There's also so many, right? So I just listed a few. And then hundreds. So my personal choice is Cursor, Flutter, and Firebase. Because I have a tech background, so I like to code, I like to be in charge, I can code pretty fast. So but I need help. I need to be faster. And the Cursor makes me faster 3 times. Pretty much. And then we have Flutter, which makes me build the app once for iOS and Android. With the AI, and we have Firebase because I'm primarily front-end engineer, so I want the backend to be as fine as possible. Yeah, all right.
What does Firebase do?
Firebase is a suite of backend services, provides you authentication, so you don't have to worry about storing accounts, passwords, resetting passwords, that's for you. It does also storage, file storage and serving, also does database storage, NoSQL database, and also allows you to run very lightweight backend cloud functions. So that's pretty much
Thanks, Thomas.
And the other pieces, so those are if I raise from mobile need now, I raise also to the web and also to the web.
Is Flutter a new language or is it?
It's not a new language, so in Flutter use Dart. Dart is a programming language for Flutter. And Flutter is the framework, which is Dart under the hood. It's like Ruby on Rails for Ruby, or like Django for Python. Yeah? So Flutter is the framework. Okay? And Flutter is mostly mobile, but it also has.
And what is Dart similar to?
Dart is similar to JavaScript. That's a very JavaScript. So very quick recommendations before we dive into the coding exercise, but we're not really going to code, right? We're just we're going to write prompts. If you are non-technical, I recommend you Replit. Replit is a bit easier than Lavable, but we'll talk about Lavable just to make it a bit more interesting. Replit is pretty easy. There's other tools as well if you are non-technical, because it does the backends inside. You don't have to connect it to a separate backend. If you are a bit technical, Lovable and Superbase, more powerful, because you have the like a more like better backend solution, but there's a little bit of extra steps to connect Superbase to Lavable. You have to use two products. But still, relatively easy. If you are very technical, you have Cursor plus whatever you choose to use it with. You can use it with React Native, you can use it with multi-platform, and you can use it with Flutter or whatever you want. Right? So, let's build an app in Lovable and maybe Superbase. We'll see how we go. So please, if you have a laptop, please open Lovable.dev.
If we're in Lovable, why do we need Superbase?
Lovable doesn't provide backend.
So everyone who uses Lovable needs Superbase for their backend.
You can use any other backend you want, but it provides easy integration with Superbase. So if you want to store some data, when you reload the app and you want to have the data stored somewhere, then you need some backend.
How about Replit? Does that one also need Superbase?
No, Replit has a database inside, out of the box, so you don't have to create a separate Superbase account.
So isn't Replit easier?
Yes. I found it easier. But Lovable is more popular.
Why is Lovable more popular?
I think it was first.
Okay.
And the catch name. Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go to Lovable. .dev. And Winson, I think you stole my screen.
I'm so sorry. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I just put it there. Yeah, just in the notes.
This is too complex.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovable. And there are two options. You can build the app with me, so I will show you what I do, and you can do the same steps on your laptop. There's also a third option, if you don't have a laptop, you can just watch, right? And the second option, if you already played with Lovable and you don't want to repeat what I'm doing, you can just come up with your own idea. So while we do together one idea, you can do your own idea. And then we can like demo what you build, right? So what we're going to build today, we're going to build a caffeine intake tracker. So let's say you drink too much coffee, and you want to keep track of how much coffee you drink with some goals, this kind of things, right? Who drinks coffee here? Who would like to drink less coffee? Okay, sounds good, sounds good. So maybe you're going to use this app for yourself. All right, so we're going to do this app. How are we with time? I think we're
good.
With time.
Yeah, it's very good.
We're going to do this, and then we'll have 5 minutes break. Okay, and then we'll do demos, you can have the demos, and then we'll switch to Flutter and Cursor. So let's go to Lavable, and I will also open Lavable, and I will do it with you. But if it's too easy for you, you can go ahead, you don't have to wait for it, okay? So you roughly spend 10 minutes. So I'll go to Lavable, and we are open treated with this thing. If you don't have an account, you may have to start creating an account. So let's write this. Create an app for tracking caffeine. How do you spell it? Caffeine intake. Yeah? As simple as that. So I'm going to write it like this. You can do your own. You can come up with another. Okay? And I think if you don't have a paid account, you can also create a public app, so maybe don't make anything sensitive. You don't know. Right? So yeah, I'll hit enter. And here we are. By the way, are people still creating an account? Anyone's creating an account? So I will, actually, I'll wait for it. Okay, so I'll wait. So, everyone, over here? Yeah. Yes? Uh-huh. Do you understand them? N-A-N? I don't know what that is. I don't like people. Let's see.
You can ask Sharat.
Oh yeah, we have an expert now.
I didn't really. We can probably have that.
Alright, is anyone still creating an account? Everyone sorted out their account situation? Excellent. So I'm going to type, and again you can type your own prompt, but I'm going to do this. Create, I think you can create an app to track, like an app, a tracker for caffeine intake. Yeah? Something like that. Not fire. Right? And this takes a few minutes. So Lavable says create your app in seconds, right? It's BS. No, it doesn't create an app in seconds. It takes minutes, takes multiple iterations. So think more about now. Yeah? But you can get something in 15 minutes. Yeah?
It doesn't. It's going to create a mobile app.
Oh, I forgot to say it's a mobile app. Okay, well, it's okay.
See what it does.
Usually creates a responsive thing.
Oh, right.
So yeah, if you haven't written yet, maybe write in the prompt it's a mobile app. If not, you can try it later. You can do another, use a conversation. So while we are waiting, because it can be a bit slow, let me run you through the UI. So in Lovable, you interact primarily through the chat. So you have the chat on the left, and you can see what it comes up with, and then it thinks, right? And you can also ask follow-up questions. It's a chat. So once it finishes something you don't like, something you tell it you don't like it, you can change it, okay? And hope for the best. And then on the right, we have a big preview panel. So you see what's interesting here, what's different than what traditional coding is that you don't see code, right? The code is not here. If you want to see the code, you can press this button and you will see code. You can actually see, you can see how the AI is building things. I already created all the files. I think you can press and you will see what's creating files on the spot. Look, it's writing code for us. A lot of code. Hopefully no bugs. Yeah? Good luck finding those later. So it focuses on preview, and that's the primary selling point of Lavable. It's a no-code solution. In real life, we often have to do a bit of code, but if things go well and the AI gets better every week or every month, and the models are better, then you can trust what it does for you more. So we'll see if we'll need to edit the code or if it will just work. Hopefully it just works. Okay, more elements of the UI. So we have the option to see this on mobile, like mobile form factor, so this button. You can see the code here, and reload the page if something goes wrong. And here's the button to connect to Supabase. Yeah, so you see already that there's a very tight integration. It's a bit opinionated, but you should be using Supabase. Supabase is free for one project, but then you can pay $5 per month for the world, but you can play with it for free. Yes?
What's the difference between Supabase and GitHub?
So GitHub is for hosting the code. Supabase is for the backend. So GitHub doesn't do any storage for users that don't store data. And Supabase will store your users' data, or will provide notifications. I think Supabase has notifications. Firebase can create notifications. And it can also store files which the user uploads. For example, they want to take a photo of the face, like an avatar, right? You have to store that somewhere so other people can see it's a public page. You don't store these things on GitHub. You store the application, the code of the application, but the user data, that's what Supabase is. So code?
Yeah, Supabase doesn't store.
Supabase doesn't store. It just runs your. Do we have to, what was the sound we said? Is someone asking something in the chat? Or? No, I think we got the app. Here, so let's get it up. So, okay, this is what we got. Let's see it like a version, mobile version. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's quite sleek. So, so today Caffeine, contrast ratio of the best, maybe we will pass the best like that. Maybe some contrast accessibility tests. But it does something. You can add caffeine. Okay, what did I drink today? Espresso. Amount, maybe factors. Okay, add, and boom, the progress bar increased. I don't really. The color palette is not great, right? But it did increase. And you can delete it. Wow. And you have some graph with some, I think there's some kind of fake data just to visualize the graph. And some help information. That's pretty cool. Boom, we got an app.
What an error.
Oh yeah, that's where I call it Lavable. What error?
It says build unsuccessful.
Yeah, so let's see what we got. Let's go for that.
On the error too.
Okay, there we go. Oh no. So there is a button, try to fix it, and you can ask AI to try to fix it. It just passes the error code back to AI, and I will try to solve it. Yeah, so that's, we don't know. It's like when you don't write the code, it's a lot of code. It's hard to tell what the error means, because there's like thousands of lines of code. How do you know? You don't even know what was in the code. So it's best to ask AI to try to fix it.
If mine...
My one hasn't even shown me the app.
What's your prompt? I don't know.
It's not showing me anything. Everyone else I think my prompt says hard. Come on, man. I need things to be done. I'm gonna give them really shit with you. It's not saying I don't have
pretty cool. All right. Anyone else has an error code?
So this is what kind of app is it? What have you seen?
It's a Caffeine tracker.
Like what's that? Like
React. I think it uses React.
React.
Yeah, but not the Facebook. So it's interesting that even though many of you wrote the same prompt, you get a different app. So that's the thing about AI. You don't really know what you will get, right? You get something very unusual, but it does use the knowledge of the world, and it does try to build a good app. And sometimes maybe it's not what you want, so you can iterate, you can ask him the prompt, or you can write a longer prompt in the beginning. You can write a very long prompt, listing exactly what you need, and it will try to do its best to create the app for you. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Sometimes I just ask about the AI to create a prompt.
Oh yeah. So that's interesting. Do you know Leonardo AI for creating beautiful images? So what was the secret sauce? It's very interesting because you could create images in all sorts of different services, and Leonardo came and started creating beautiful images. Did they use a different model? No, they used the same model. What they did, if they would ask AI to create a prompt. So the user would say, create a photo of a cat, and Leonardo would ask AI to beautify this prompt, and the AI would say, this is a photo of a cat which is lying on a meadow, holding I don't know, with flowers in the background, all sorts of things, and then that prompt would be used to generate the image. As a result, you would get a very beautiful image versus the one based on a very short prompt, create a photo of a cat. Right? So yeah, asking the AI to create a prompt for you is a very interesting approach, and it will work for you. All right.
Can you see the code?
You can see the code.
investing it.
Investing it.
So you can see your code. Wow. It's mind blowing, right? When it works. So you can see the code, and
that code is written in React, and it's actually written pretty well. So Lavable uses Flutter framework, and things are. Please join if you want to see it. Please join. You're doing a workshop on mobile.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
You can edit the code, huh?
Sorry.
In the free version, we cannot edit the code.
Oh, I didn't know you can't. Yeah,
Probably we cannot.
Lavable does get expensive, right? I think it's $20 for like 100 tokens, and every edit is a token. So like, if you do a lot of iterations, you can easily burn $50. Yeah, so it's not super cheap, but it's still much cheaper compared to hiring an engineer. It would be like, I don't know, let's say $10,000 per month. So how much is per day?
300.
How much?
333.
Per day, right? And this is like tens of bucks maybe. So it's order of magnitude at least, right? Everyone is cool. Everyone got some up. No one got the error got fixed. Excellent. Wendy, how about you? Did your bug got fixed?
No, I'm trying to fix it now. So there's an option through Lavable to try to fix it.
Press the fix, try to fix it. Yeah, usually works. All right, so I think we are done with the Lovable thing. I don't think we'll connect it to, sorry, jumping between tabs and the lost. I don't think we'll connect it to Supabase now, because we are a bit on schedule, on time. So, but if you wanted to create, if you wanted to connect it to Supabase, let me just quickly run you through how you do it. So you press on Supabase, and you have this kind of dashboard. I'm connected to my company's account, but you have to link it to your Supabase account. And then you create a new project in Supabase, and you link it with, sorry, where did you go? Yes, Supabase. So you click here, this button, green button, here. And then you link it to your Supabase account. If you don't have, you have to create it. Then you create a project in Supabase. So usually one project in Lavable, one project in Supabase. You connect it, and then you can ask AI to, okay, now implement authentication. And if you didn't connect, it will ask you to connect when you ask it to authentication. So the very common thing, first two things you want to do with your mobile app is authentication. Why do you want authentication? Why do you want accounts?
So people can log in.
Why do you want people to log in?
So you can collect information about them and charge them money.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Are you thinking marketing or like business? Yeah. But the other option, the other reason is so people can store their user data. Right? For example, in a tracker, when you open it later on a different phone on the website, or when your phone reboots, you don't want to lose all your progress. So and you need to associate it with the user, and for that you need an account. Right? So that's basically. If you want to store any data, if it's just a game like a country, or not game, like tic-tac-toe game, you don't need to store any data, then you don't need an account. As soon as you have user data, storing user data, you need an account. All right. So we are done with Lavable, but I will just show you one more trick. So there is a button you haven't noticed, the beautiful blue button, publish. And if you press on it, it will create a website because Lavable focuses on website. And you can run websites on mobile, but it doesn't really ship apps in Play Store or App Store, so it's not really created like a native, full, authentic mobile apps. But it created a bit of a second best, which is a website, which works very well on mobile. So you can copy the URL and press publish, and then you can open it. I will just open the incognito tab. This is publishing. And let's see if I open it. Okay, it's still fine. It should work right now. And I'm not very lucky with Lavable today. I'll skip the certificate. Okay, and I have the app running on the website. You have actually an address you can share with your friend. Right? When you open it on the mobile, it will also look good because it's a responsive design. So you can use DevTools with Chrome, and that's how would it look on the mobile phone.
So what is this? How would you use this app? Like?
How would you use this app? You open it on your mobile. right? And you have that on your mobile. But let me show you a trick how to make it look like more of a mobile app. So let me customize screen. Okay. And customize screen. And then I don't see the URL. So what is a bus tracker body? It's a random generated one. Bus tracker body. I have to remember that. Bus tracker body. So look what I'm doing on the next one. Bus tracker body dot Lavable app. So you can see how it looks on my phone. It kind of looks like a mobile app, but it's in a browser, right? We had to open it through URL. So there's a trick on iOS and also on Android. You can open the share button and you can scroll and press F on screen. So I'm gonna press it here, just whatever, and boom, it's on my home screen. It looks like a mobile app. It's not a real mobile app. It's a kind of fake one, but boom, we did in 15 minutes, and it looks like a mobile app. Still the address part, but yeah, it's on the home screen. You can show it to users and do some user testing. Hey, this is a mobile app. How do you feel about it? Yeah, if you just did 15 minutes, you don't have to build and schema prototypes or hire an agency for doing MVP for the customers. So that's a trick to make an app with Lavable, more Lavable.
I have a question. Lovable is the front end. Let's say you want, does it link to like AI smarts with ChatGPT, for instance? Maybe you want to feed it certain.
Yeah, you can. You can ask AI to talk to AI, right? Okay. So you can ask it like, I want a caffeine tracker to, for example, pull a inspirational quote about reducing caffeine intake. Yeah, based on the user interaction, the user pressing espresso, give me a quote about espresso from AI. Yeah, so you can do that. In Lavable, it's not that trivial. You have to set up an OpenAI account, developer account, or Gemini developer account. You have to connect the API keys later. The Lavable will guide you through this process. It's not super trivial. You have to follow the process. You have to create some accounts, but it's nothing really. Right? So we can. Any other questions? I think it's time for a break. So let me stop sharing the screen. So this is one thing I was thinking about, but we'll see if we do it. So how many apps did we get? Who managed to build an app? Who managed to build an app? Yes, we have a few apps. So if you want to share, press the publish button. Press the publish button and paste the link. Paste the link to
Dojo.
Mojo?
Dojo. You know, if you go into the gather, there's a blackboard.
Okay, that's good. But you can use that kind of thing, or you can open Google Forms and paste the link. And after the break, we'll just a quick showcase of all of the apps, 30 seconds per app. Okay? And you'll see what Lavable created for you.
So,
right? So
yeah.
that's after 5 minutes break. We are now 5:01, so at 5:06, let's meet again. Right? Here. Right? So do you want to place the program?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure. So we have to first press the publish button. Otherwise, so you press the publish. Yeah. So you can type it or
Can't get a preview.
show you how to edit it.
I got it. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. So if you, so that's my app. If I get back into Gather. Yeah, that's my app. Oh wait, I gotta put it here. From here.
Oh, so it's without www.
Yeah, no www.
Winson, if you can present this one.
Oh shit, sorry.
So you can see the business.
Oh, my bad.
So many things at the same time.
Yeah, man. It's normal, man, as a tech person. How many systems you manage? Very interesting. Yeah. How are you?
Good. Good.
It's okay?
Still need to do.
Flashcard application if you want.
No, I need to go to Fusion Stack.
Oh, yes. Come whenever.
Did you go with me?
I went yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But Andres is dealing some stuff. It's very tired. So I couldn't make it. Maybe on Wednesday. Let me know which day you're coming in and you can go. Usually Monday, Wednesday is good, and Saturday as well. If you're in the city, if you're not in the city, so Monday, Wednesday is
I'm
good.
always in the city, so just let me know when you go.
Okay.
Monday and Wednesday I'm here in the office.
Yeah, we can go next Monday if you want. Yeah. Start off on a.
Do you do morning or after?
Evening after work.
Evening. So after 5.
5.
We'll meet somewhere.
Yeah, I can meet you here and then we can go together.
Yeah. Nice. What do I need to bring? Will be my
Just,
first time ever.
Rash card. So we go, exercise shirt.
Yep.
And then
some shorts.
Yeah, shorts. Yeah. And you have to fill in a form to just register your interest.
Okay. Yep. Send me.
Yeah.
Through Slack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me send
you
it.
gave me. Yeah, you gave me your.
I'll send it to you now. It's been such a long time, man. Your free trial. Have you on WhatsApp, Julian? Yeah, I think on WhatsApp. Free trial.
Oh, right. Nice.
It's good thing to start off the week with that. It's be sick, you know. Just fill out the form and then let me know. Then Monday I'll meet you here and then we can go. Yeah, Monday will be great. Yeah, because my girlfriend's coming on Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, good. Doing well, man.
Do you recommend Supabase for bigger projects?
Supabase, I haven't used Supabase personally. Firebase, I use Firebase. Supabase is like a competitor.
Yes, because I saw that a couple of years ago. Like we have Firebase long.
Firebase is good.
Firebase is really good, and then Supabase started as a competitor, as you said.
Yeah.
And it's been getting bigger.
Yeah, it's very popular now, and now they integrate with all of the no-code tools, not just with Lavable, but all of the tools integrate Supabase with the integration sniper, and they move faster, they move slower, they build new features.
Which kind of integrations do they have? So it's easier.
Supabase means.
Yeah. So you meant
no-code
to use logo with Supabase.
Only Supabase natively, so it's like in the UI, but you can ask the AI to do whatever, right? But like in the UI, so if you click it out, it's Supabase. Click in project. Otherwise, you have to copy the EITs manually. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I had a Supabase account. And, I tried to create something a couple of months ago. Yeah, it was pretty easy to use.
It is easy. It is fun. Yes.
Alright, you can go back.
Alright, I think let's resume. So let's. Did we get any?
I don't know in your form. This is your form, right?
Yeah, I'll check the form, but did you get any in the chat? Okay, so let's see if we got any, and I'll present. So let me
So if any of you want to go to the Gather board, it's you just got to come to this black board and click X, and then that gives you like you can add stuff there. You should be able to. There's an X button. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hold on. I just need to open the forms. to the showcase now. If you wanted to share your app, share it in the Google Forms or in the Winson's thingy, and we'll do a very quick demonstration. So let me see if I got any sign-ups.
Anything?
I need to.
All right. Wow, we have five apps, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
All right. Let's try it. So I'm gonna present my screen, and if it's your app, you can say a few words about it. If you don't want to, then we'll just show you the screen. Okay? So no pressure. Okay, I really like the names. Woof, perfect match. Okay, so the first one. Still loading. Must be very big. Right. Find your woof. Who is up? Anyone wants to? Yeah?
Oh.
Do you want to say something?
It's like Tinder photo.
Love it.
Oh, okay. I like this one.
What?
It's a match. And what do I do now?
It works already.
Yeah. But where's my profile? Pretty cool. So you see that I think it uses some fake data, right? But it's maybe already enough to show it to potential customers. Maybe be tricky because those customers are dogs, right? So let's show how it's shown, right? And as you can show something, for MVP it's excellent. And then you can add super base, you can add actually real data, make people, let people create their own profiles and build their own stuff. Well done, okay? Thank you, well done. Ship it.
How much is one privilege?
Okay, next one.
How much per
All right, let's pick manual. Let's go to this one. App number 2. Daily Bean. Whose app is this? Wayne, do you want to say a few words about your app?
Yeah, so I just used the default prompt that you suggested, and this is like what makes you like this. But I did notice that like there's like different UI between like other people, so it's kind of interesting that Lavable doesn't spit out the same generic like funny unless other people have sent it or it's but I don't have a developer background, so I don't know what else to put in the prompt, but it is good to see what it has generated so far with like an ability to like add to a tracker, so like to have entries and to do some other information. And I think like after seeing this UI, it kind of gives me some ideas of like, okay, maybe I want to see something that we can actually insights. Now it's like maybe I should add a graph. So I guess it's like my feedback is good to see like it generates something for someone who doesn't know what I'm looking for, but after seeing something like first one up, then it's giving me some ideas of
very cool. I'll repeat briefly so people that on the remote call can hear. So when you build this daily bean, also Caffeine tracker using the same prompt as I did, so we can see that the app looks totally different, pretty much totally different. I actually like this one more. than the one which Lavable created for me. So you see that it creates, you don't really know what you get.
But the caffeine looks wrong, man.
Huh?
238 milligrams.
For caffeine, yeah, well, you have to test. You don't know. AI can hallucinate. It can make up things. So you have to really double check the numbers and what it does, right?
But you can adjust it quite easily, right? You can
you can adjust it. You can do the code, or you can ask it to fix the numbers. And when you also mentioned that this is like inspirational for a person without tech background, you can get inspired what to build. Because if maybe you don't know what to write in the prompt, so you can inspire you. So really cool. Thank you, Annie. Well done. Okay, the third one. What is this one? Okay. Time tap live log.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a very simple prompt, but I just thought that I just wanted to see how I spend my time each day in the simplest way possible by just writing, I'm getting coffee, tap. And the next item, I'm like, I'm back at my desk, tap. And then through that, I can see what it is, and I hope that I can just like extract that in some way, see how I spend my time throughout the week.
Oh, really
and be
cool.
productive. So I just need to know after this now, how do I save this data somewhere?
Yeah.
And then ask it to like, create charts at the end of the week.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's possible. You just ask Lavable to do that for you.
Yeah, so I just connected to Superbase,
You
and
have
now
to
I'm like, how
Yeah.
can I just save it? Save the data.
We'll guide you to the process. You click in the Superbase green icon at the top right, create an account, link to a project, and then we'll continue.
Oh, teach it.
Yeah.
It should, yeah.
You can ask ChatGPT too. They're just like,
Okay.
how do you do that?
Oh, awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. Well done. Oh, very cool. Ship it. Okay, next one. Next one, daily bean balance. Okay, I think it's another coffee tracker. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, I like it.
Oh.
I pressed something.
It's got authentication.
Okay. Cool. Who built this up?
That's mine. So I started with the same prompt as you did and got basically this UI, and then I added a few extra features like where you're adding beverage and your favorite beverages that you use all the time.
Beautiful.
So you add them, and then you can set a custom limit. For example, during pregnancy, you should have a lower caffeine limit, so it might not be the same for everyone. And then you get a history, and you can also add it in deleting drinks if you accidentally added them.
Very cool. Very cool. I really like the UI. Even the animation you have. Did you ask for the animation or just didn't?
No, I just did that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Right? Well done. Very cool. Ship it. Next one. We have two more. And I'll refresh in case some late submissions. There's a.
You can use my board on a Gather. Are you in Gather app? No.
Maybe we say like you have the presentation. You can show the QR code on your and then.
Let me get it.
All right, coffee. Who built this up? Sam, you want to say a few words?
I'm just saying, I'm just going to follow the prompt you said, and that's it. I just thought of the name.
Very cool. Very cool. I like the coffee themed palette. We also have the daily intake of the recommendation, but it's completely different layout. Very interesting. Yeah, but we get another completely different UI for the same prompt. Yeah, well done. Thank you. Next one, another coffee tracker. Here, let's see. This is like minimal, Apple style. Who built this one? Oh yeah, we want to say a few words?
I just wanted to say it's like magic, because I haven't coded in 4 years.
Uh-huh.
When I first built an app for that, it was in 2014.
You built an app?
Yeah, it was really different to your slides.
Old school version, old school way. Yeah?
Old school way, yeah.
Uh-huh. Very cool. How did you enjoy Lavable?
Just like so easy.
Yeah?
Nuts.
Yeah? It is magical. So we can add another completely different UI, but the concept is the same. There's some usability issues with Lavable sometimes, like when you add things, then like it covers the button, yeah? Because it doesn't really have eyes. So it doesn't really see the interaction, right? It just codes. So sometimes you can attach a screenshot and tell it what to do. And we have the chart. Very cool. Very cool. Well done. Ship it. All right, and let me refresh. We got any late submissions. Yeah, we got one more. Which? Oh, this one. Black and white. Oh no, we have two more. So which one? This one. I think it's in order of submissions, right? So this one.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, here we go.
Thank you. Oh, I think we've seen this one. Daily tracker.
Next one, the black and white group.
Okay, I'll check. I think I missed one. Yeah, so that's it.
I should
Oh, I missed you?
No, I should. Yeah.
Okay. So this one's yours.
Okay.
Black, white, blue. I guess it's about coffee. I guess it's a coffee tracker. Like
This is
right?
your property.
Oh yeah. Here we have another coffee tracker. And we have settings. So settings not implemented yet. The history. I like the minimal UI. We have a different approach. So you have to type. So yeah, move already. Oh no, you can select actually. Yeah, I really like the minimal UI. It's really sleek. Really sleek. And then what do you get? History. We have insights. Yeah. Wow! You see that? Nice chart. Very cool. Very cool. Alright. Well done. Did I miss anyone? Did I show all of them?
Put mine in Dojo, the whiteboard.
In the whiteboard?
Yeah, can you if you can I can. Yeah.
Disconnect now. Oh, it's a new tools. Okay, I go.
Escape. Go to Dojo. Yeah.
Where's the whiteboard?
Escape. Map view. Map view. Yeah. Okay. Are you next to the board? If you go near the board, yeah, walk to the board.
Where's the board?
There at the left. No. There should be an X over there.
Oh, this is the board. Oh.
So.
Eraser.
Are you sharing your screen still?
Yes, I have to, but I don't have it on mobile, so I'll just present it on this. It's fine. I'll just
go back to. Oh, you did sign in. Okay. I see the problem.
You can't do the whiteboard on the stage. Okay, let me
you managed to get it ready. You managed to get it ready.
Yeah. I'll just present my screen. Yeah, so I'm still presenting screen. So can you click that one? Okay, I think I need to recast my screen, right?
Recast your screen? Yeah.
Yes, I'll share a screen. The entire, what's called the garden thing is kind of cool, but not that easy.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So here, Winson, that's your app, and I guess this is a.
So step tracker, yeah, walks. I was thinking more of the routes, but it came out with just steps. You know, I was thinking of how do you save like the route that you walk? But
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Looks like functional. Very cool. Yeah, well done. Ship it. So very nice. Okay, well done. We are a bit behind the schedule, so we have to speed up. Let me go back to the slides. So where were we? Our agenda was we wanted to start Flutter up at 5. So we'll just do basics. We'll not do 5 days because that's complex. So let's start with Flutter. Alright, so Flutter is the kind of the other extreme. With Lavable it's very easy. As you see, it's extremely easy. And this until you connect the super basic to the best. And Flutter, you actually build the app in Visual Studio, kind of cool. Cursor based in Visual Studio. Anyone use Visual Studio in the past for coding? Yeah, it's a very popular one if you do like a hard-code coding. And so let's try to do that. Then you'll see how far we go. And I think we'll have to start at 5:45. So let me go back to the slide here. So, two options again. If you want to try Flutter, then you will need to install the software and we can do it here together. Or if you don't feel comfortable with that or a bit overwhelmed, you can just watch me do the after the script, okay? So these two options, whatever you want, okay? So first, we need to install the software. If you don't have it, anyone has Cursor installed already in Flutter? Okay, we have the two boxes, great. So if you don't have any of those, install Cursor, install Flutter, follow the instructions, and install Flutter. Oh, we're not going to use Firebase too. Okay, so don't, you don't have to do the last one. We will not have time for that. It's relatively complex to install, to integrate Firebase setup. Compared to Lavable, it's still half an hour.
Is Cursor like Copilot?
It's like Copilot.
Which one's better?
I use Cursor, and they all pretty much use the same models under the hood, usually flowed from Anthropic. So they are comparable, just if you use them.
Can I use Anthropic instead of Cursor?
So Anthropic doesn't make software for building software. It deals the AI model, and Cursor uses Anthropic's model. You can also use OpenAI's GPT models in Cursor. You can choose whatever AI model you want. You can also use Gemini as well. So Anthropic is the default one in Cursor. It's considered the best one. There's a free tier, so you don't have to pay for the trial. And then you have to pay like $50 per month. So everyone, 3 minutes to install the Cursor in Flutter, and then if you're done, or if you just want to watch, that's also fine. Then we'll progress, and then we'll do the script.
So while people are doing that, there's an tool V0
Yes.
that's for like prototyping things. Does that compare to Lovable? Or
It's pretty much Lavable.
Yeah.
V0 is very similar to Lavable, Replit, Bold. What else is there? There's a lot. V0 is interesting because it's owned by Versal, who owns Next.js, who is like a framework for React, and those code, the low-code tools pretty much usually use React. So like it's a first-class citizen. Like they don't what they're doing. It's their software. They framework. They can optimize them. Thanks, Winson. No worries.
Usually takes how long to install Cursor? I can't remember. Probably takes like a few minutes to install Cursor, right?
Yeah,
15-20 minutes. With Flutter.dev, you're installing what? What are you installing with Flutter?
The SDK.
The SDK. So you're, for Windows would be very different than Mac.
So we have to follow the instructions, so we'll see. If it doesn't work, then we just ask people to watch, because these things are get
Does anybody need a hand with any of those installations?
Yeah.
Is anyone installing, or everyone will watch?
Watching.
Okay, no one's installing. Now what are we waiting for?
Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so Cursor is the software for building software. Oh yeah, we have the VIP launch in the
Yeah.
And Flutter is the framework for Frontend. And Flutter Fire is the tools for connecting Flutter with Firebase. So you can see the web thing. Flutter Fire. Fire from Firebase. It's a bridge, making it easier to use Firebase and Flutter. So let's follow this. I think I will have to. I'll be doing it myself. Okay, so I have only one computer. Winson, do you have a spare computer to show me this?
This one that's showing the screen.
You can't show both. Okay, actually, I think I can. Oh, okay, I'll just be jumping between different screens. I think that is not.
You want to extend the screen?
No, I think it's fine. Because I also want to show the IDE. Alright, so let's try. So first, what do we do? Let me close. I have the cursor opened. It doesn't give me a little bit intimidating unless you already use cursor. So first, what we need to do is open cursor. Let's open cursor.
You can even show also VS Code, like the basic, and then cursor is basically AI on VS Code.
AI
Yeah.
on VS Code. That's right.
It's such a light.
That's nice.
It's a very smooth, light app.
Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember that.
Alright, so I have cursor open, I already have fast projects, and I'll press Ctrl-Shift-E to get the menu. They call it, how do they call it? Like quick toolbar, whatever. And I have Flutter new projects. If you use the Flutter SDK, then you have the option create new project. So you press enter, and then you can choose what kind of app will go for the application. So go to application, and we choose the location. So I'll just create a new folder. Tracker tool. And I'll select the folder. The name, just default is fine. And boom, we are in the old school, pretty much IDE, integrated environment for writing code. And you already see the difference between Lovable and Cursor. Because here, the main thing is code, and the extra is the prompt on the right. While Lavable is the other way around. The most screen was taken by the output, the app, the visuals, and the prompt, and code was hidden, right? So it already, if you don't code, it may be a little bit intimidating. What is all of these things? Why? If you type something, it will break everything, it will just not work anymore. So that's how Cursor works. So you're in charge. You are supposed to know code. You don't have to be an expert on it, but it's good to be familiar. And on the right side is the chat. As you can see, it didn't start with anything. By default, we just have a boilerplate app. And here's the magical button. So you see some emphasized. It's just hidden on the right. Here, this button, the top right corner, which is the AI assistant. It's really hidden. And on the left, you have all the files. So what we're going to do, we'll ask AI to build a coffee tracker for us. But before we do, let's try to run this out. Because where's the preview? Like, we not have the preview. It's because the background of Cursor is like a real app development, like before AI was there. So you're supposed to write code and either run it on your phone or run it on the simulator. It's not a website, it's a mobile app actually, while the Lavable or the other things are websites. Yeah? So it's a bit trying to set up on the phone. So you can set it up on the simulator now for the sake of the exercise. So in the bottom right corner, you have all the different options where you would like to run this app. And we'll start a simulator, which is on Android world it's called Emulator, on iOS world it's called Simulator. So I think I already have one. So let me see if I have it already running. Simulator. Spoiler. Terrible.
It's okay.
Don't look.
It's okay.
Spoiler.
Oh.
Alright, so it's a simulator. It's very cool. It's like a real iPhone running on the desktop. Very handy. And so we'll run it on the simulator. And how do we do that? Run, start debugging. So you already see there's a lingo, the coding lingo. What is debugging? You're not into coding. What is debugging? You don't have to think about it. You just run it up. So you press run up, and it's launching. And we'll take a few seconds, so let's wait for that. Maybe we'll wait. The first time we'll wait a minute. So while it's running, let me run you through the UI. So here is the panel for controlling the app, how it's running. You can stop it, you can restart it, you can pause it. You don't want to pause it. And on the right side, this is where you would like to interact with AI. So it's the chat kind of option. You can choose, and you asked about the model. So here you can select the model. By default, it's a Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is from Anthropic. It's considered the best model for coding. Right? There's also one which is thinking, which has like reasoning under the hood, but that's a bit slower. So this is Cursor. Yeah, that's Cursor. Yeah.
Do you have the files? Like, let me see the file structure.
Yeah. So you can see the file structure here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
For now, it's just one file. For now, it's just one file and some code. If you want to write some native code for iOS and Android, with Kotlin Java, you can still do that. But if you want to
use the GPT or Anthropic, you spend the token from the Anthropic and GPT, yes? From every prompt.
You don't set up your own API. So you are charged by Cursor, and they do the billing with.
Okay, it's not the URL ID.
No, you can't do that API. And they, yeah, if you use it heavily, I use it every day, and it costs me about the tokens $50 to $100 per month. It's not too much, but it's not zero. Yeah, so it's something. Yeah.
It's really handy.
From business perspective, it's not much. If you are using it for a hobby project, then it's all right. So we got an app running. So let's see what we got. So that's the demo app which we created. It's the starting app. Just shows you that it has nothing to do with AI. Just ask Cursor to create without using the AI. Actually, I'm asking the Visual Studio under the hood to create the first app.
Thomas, do you show like how to generate that? Like the
yes,
app?
I showed. Yeah, so we just click it. So we create an app and we select the default starting app. Yeah. So this is what we did. I'll show you again how to create that app which you got.
Yeah.
So Ctrl-Shift-P, new project. You select this one.
Sorry, okay.
The first one, which is the template. That's the
okay.
template.
All right. Okay.
And then if you use it with other software like Visual Studio, it will be the same template. It's a template which comes from Flutter. It's nothing to do with AI.
So there's nothing. This is all the default configurations for Flutter.
Default configurations on demo. The template you start.
Okay.
So let's build a tracker, coffee tracker app. So let's do that. Build a coffee intake consumption intake tracker. That's it. Enter. And it's kind of a similar thing to what we got with Lavable. It will think, will kind of squirt a lot of ideas. You can read it if you want to. Most people don't. Just let it do stuff and you will see what it does. It's generating the code.
Can I ask them how would someone like you use this? Because when I use Lovable, if it's not quite right, I'll continue with more prompts. If you see it's not quite right, you can go to
If it's not quite right, it's a chat, so we can ask it to refine, or you can go back and undo and ask it again. But it's pretty good at iterating. So when you will see, when it finishes, it will show you that it proposed changes which you can accept or reject, and you can also ask it to refine. We can do such exercise. It's still building some UI, building some service. Building some stuff.
How do you serve it again? How do you serve it to the emulator? What, if you don't mind me asking, how is it served to the emulator that you showed earlier? The simulator. Through here?
Through here? Yeah, you press just run start debugging, and it's here for your application.
Oh, right.
But you can also use the command line Flutter run.
Got it.
Just select
nice.
on the local machine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, thank you.
So, still thinking, so while we are waiting for the generation, let me tell you about other features. So it's not that hands-off. You have to guide it a little bit. So for example, by default, it only, I think, understands the current file. But if you have multiple files, you ask it to use some component from another file, you don't understand that component. So you have to add the context explicitly here. So like, if I want to use some other component, I'll just add this file here, right? And that's what the UI knows. It's not automatically detecting where to look at. And then you can choose different model. In Lavable, you don't choose a model, which is automatic. And then you can switch between different modes. Agent, which is trying to apply changes. You can also use the ask model, ask option, which will not make changes, will just suggest changes which you can later move to your code. I use agent, but I use agent. So I thought some said that can I ask you to monitor the chat if you have any questions for the chat? And then because I don't know if we have any.
Oh, I'm at a co-working desk. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought. Yeah.
Would Flutter come in automatically in Cursor if you install it? No, you have to install Flutter separate. Yes, another question? Yeah. Oh, you can definitely. So the way I do it, I is set up to Git repository first. And when you create a project, it asks for location. You can just select the location. And then I think you can use Cursor to upload it to GitHub. I use just command line, git push, or the command. So you can do it more manual. I think in Lavable it's very like automatic. In Cursor it's a little bit like one. But it's definitely probably possible. I do that. I work on it. Make some changes and go to the console, like create a comic.
Create a command from Cursor to push to.
I don't know if Cursor can do it for you. I tried open the terminal and try to open that. But maybe Cursor has something like that. I haven't used it. We can take a look at it later and see if it's possible. All right. So we got an app finished, and you can see the changes. If you are familiar with GitHub and stuff, you will see the diffs, like what lines are removed, red lines removed, green lines which are added. So you can kind of review what happens. Oh, it's okay, create something like this, change notifier, most likely you don't know what this is, you don't Flutter, a lot of code, but so a lot of people just accept it as it is and hope for the best, right? But when you use Cursor, it is an expectation that you understand what's happening. All right, so I'll accept. We can also accept all. We'll accept all of the files. You can also, I think you have to run this command. So we're going to pull some plugins. Okay, so we install some plugins. Okay, and I'll accept all of the changes. All right. So I will now reload the app with this button, and let's see what we got. Ta-da! We got an app. Not bad. In Flutter, it's actually a real mobile app. It's not a website. Okay? You don't select text. It's edge to edge. You don't see a search bar. And if you deploy it on the phone with a cable, it's as easy as you just deploy the cable and enable developer mode. Then you would already have the app on the launcher, which is edge to edge, real mobile app, not a website. Let's see if it works. Add coffee. Yeah, sure. And the coffee. Oh, we have a latte. Yeah. And we have some calendar, which doesn't work. So let's try to make the calendar work. Let's add something more. Yeah. Oh, total repeated. Okay, so it's kind of the progress bar is working, but the calendar is not working. So let's try to make the calendar work. So let's go back to Cursor. All right. And the ask me. Still generating. Because you're still generating. It's waiting for me to.
Oh, okay. It's agent mode, yeah. Yeah.
I think it's using. I don't know what it's.
Try again.
Don't worry about it. I think it did it. All right. So what we'll do now, we'll ask it to implement the calendar. So say the calendar doesn't work, and you fix it and show caffeine intake amounts on every day on that calendar, and if we exceed it, show it in red. Yeah, something like that. Send.
Main Dart is the main file?
Yeah, it's the main file.
Alright, okay.
So sometimes it says like, oh, I have to look at other files, so try to be smart and put some other files. But sometimes it will like you have to explicitly add the file. Okay, it's using a plugin table calendar.
Yeah, cool.
So that's pretty cool. Sometimes it's also used plugins which don't exist. You run it and the compiler says there's no such a plugin, and then you scratch your head, what's happening? So you have to help it. It's all about these tools. It's great when they work.
Yes.
When they work, it's wonderful. But as soon as you get a bug and an error, and then like, if you can ask it to fix it, I think her name, she got the bug and we clicked fix, or it was you fix it up, and the Lavable will fix the bug. The Cursor can do that as well, and if it does that, it's nice. But if it doesn't fix, then what do you do? You have a broken app which doesn't run, and there's a lot of code, and what do you do? You're stuck. That's it. You try to Google. You can try to, and sometimes you will keep going. I fix it. You run, it's still broken, and it keeps adding more code. It's still broken. So when AI gets stuck, you pretty much need an engineer who can look at the code and understand. Yeah? So that's why I think Cursor is good when you understand the technology. So you can jump in and take over if something is wrong.
Would you say that's the same for all these apps, like Lovable included? Like that's a big risk?
It's same for, I mean, the problem is there for all sorts of apps, and then sometimes you get stuck and it don't work, and they can't fix the problem. But in Lavable, they try to make it easier and better, so they have the button trying to fix it, for example, automatically puts the error code to the model. In Cursor, it doesn't work, you have to get the error code from the console, find it, paste it, and describe. So it's a little bit more manual in Cursor. And the technology in React, in Lavable, which I use, it's called, it's React, it's built with TypeScript and HTML. It's more forgiving. If there's a mistake, there's some issue with HTML, still works. While in Flutter, if there's a random typo, it just won't work. Right? So it's a bit more, it's like more professional experience, but less forgiving.
What's the best model at the moment?
Close on at 3.7.
So that beats like 03?
Yes, I think for coding.
Yeah, the model is like specifically for coding. If you use the ChatGPT models, they're not specifically for coding. Yeah, they're not trained that way. Yeah,
and is
not as much as Claude yet, at least.
And the one that's specifically trained like on like GitHub repos and all that, is that separate to these ones? Or?
The one which I think all of them are trained in GitHub.
Yeah, what
GitHub Copilot or something?
Copilot. Yeah, I don't know what model Copilot uses.
Yeah, I'm not sure too.
But
probably ChatGPT. It's probably ChatGPT from my experience, because ChatGPT can code. It's more conservative, and it won't be as wild as like Cursor's like specific functionalities you want to implement. It would be harder to implement with ChatGPT a very specific functionality. Say you have an issue, then generally you can just go with Cursor, I think. Yeah, I mean, sorry, the Claude Sonnet.
There's another reason why most likely it uses GPT. GitHub is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft owns OpenAI. OpenAI has GPT, so most likely Copilot uses GPT.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Have to check.
All right, let's see what we got. I think it's still generating. It wants to run a command to pull the plugin. So you see, you have to intervene.
Thomas, can
we got a question, right?
Can you explain a bit more about the Flutter application itself? Like how you probably need to know a little bit of the structure and
I don't
too much.
Deep here. Flutter is a reactive programming framework, which means you build a widget tree, and when the data model changes, you recreate the widget tree. So there's a little bit of a complexity there. It's very similar concept to React Native, but it's different than other frameworks. So it's basically reactive programming.
What is reactive programming?
Reactive programming is like you build the data model, and the UI recreates based on the data model. So it's not like you create a UI, you also like Android native coding, let's say like some logic, or if you press something, you change this text to a different one. That's not how Flutter and React Native work. You get the data model, and the entire UI recreates when something changes, but it's also very fast. So it makes it very easy because you don't have situations that the UI is in a real state, so it's always recreated from the model. It's also very easy to test. You put the model, it just creates the entire UI. It can be also stateless. So we're going a little bit into details. But if you're interested in Flutter, a lot of tutorials. We won't go into details here because it's a complex piece of technology. I recommend it as the best. I think it's the best for mobile app development, but it's still you need to be a software engineer.
Would you pick between React Native and Flutter?
Yeah. So I don't use React Native myself, but if I so the first recommendation would be like choose the technology you are familiar with. That's the basic one, unless it's complete mismatch. Yeah. So don't use maybe Django for mobile apps. It's not really the best unless you really want to do something that's only what you know. But even if that's only what you know, just use Lavable and use a more modern tech stack for frontend. And if you want to build mobile app first experience, then I would say Flutter is the best. And it provides very fast UI and very responsive UI and a very fast developer velocity. So even without the AI, you can build things quickly. And it also comes with web support. But the web support is not great. Yeah? When you have React Native, then you write in TypeScript, which is primarily web technology, and they brought React to mobile from the web and integrating the native components from the React Native. So Flutter, both of those technologies are addressing multi-platform problems, but Flutter comes from the mobile first world, React from the web first. Both of them support all of them, web and mobile, but they have different approach.
So if you have a web app predominantly that you want to bring to mobile, then probably React
Native, because you can reuse your TypeScript code.
Yeah. But if you're building a mobile first app from scratch, then Flutter is. And does, I mean, this is a bit of a deep question, but does it compile back into like a Objective-C, or how does it?
Yes. So Flutter, I can tell you what Flutter, I don't know about React Native. Flutter compiles to Dart machine code, right?
Okay.
So there's a Dart virtual machine which runs it. I think that's why.
And iPhones and Android phones have the ability to run.
Yeah, it runs very fast. It's running very fast. It's like a native experience.
And what are the limitations like when it comes to Dart? Are there specific iOS APIs?
No, there's no limitation because you can, even if there's something unavailable, then you can write a plugin. There's all sorts of plugins. And what's a plugin? Plugin in Flutter, and we just got some plugins. It's either some visual components, but more often is some native functionality which is exposed to Flutter. So if there's like you want to use some native iOS API which is not available, then you can create your own plugin, which is very simple, it's just like a bridge, and 50 lines of code, extra code, and you can connect the native code from iOS to Flutter, and you can.
And most of the, like, let's say, contact people, like all these APIs
there are like millions of plugins. All of the basic things you're thinking about, all of the basics are already covered. Camera, peeking photos, galleries, notifications, all the basics are covered. Only if you have some bespoke, I don't know, even health APIs, everything is covered. Maybe some API which is in beta, and I don't know about the plugin yet. Maybe if you want to use some specific setting, the plugin didn't happen to expose that special functionality, one flag from the API, because simply by the API, then maybe you have to build it as a plugin. But all the basics you can think of.
And in general, I don't know if you've tried this, but are the LLMs more, do you think there's more Flutter code out there in the internet or more Swift code out there?
Flutter is super popular. Okay. So I'm using the cursor for Flutter, and it's doing very well. Flutter, AI is also doing very well for React. I don't know about React Native, Lavable is React. I don't know about React Native, but expect all of the popular, I think they're all treated. So all the open source projects, so all of the
I think one of the limitations I was seeing is it's not that good in Swift, and also there's no good dev experience because if you want to code in Swift, you have to open Xcode, and then there is no code experience. And then there are people trying to bridge VS Code and Xcode, create a project there, but then open it.
Possible. I would never use Swift Swift for your app on mobile, because that means you have to build another app for Android.
Yeah.
If you want to go native, go for Kotlin, because Kotlin multi-platform allows you to also build. I think that's not native anymore, but it's native on Android. I think Kotlin can write it's like pretty much native language Android. First class language recommended by Android. If you build something, you should do Kotlin rather than Java, and then support for iOS is coming. So if you have to choose one Flutter and React, choose Kotlin.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
Can we get files from Lovable, add it cursor, and make it a mobile app using Flutter?
So yes and no. You can export files from Lavable. Definitely, you can connect GitHub. That's the best way, and you can clone the GitHub repository locally, and you can continue working on it. But Lavable doesn't do Flutter. It creates React app. Flutter is a different framework, right? So we cannot continue with Flutter. There may come support for Flutter from these local tools, but for now, pretty much everything focuses on React, and then V and some other web frameworks.
So net.
You can get the files, but you can't continue with Flutter because it's not Flutter. All right, I think we have to speed up. So let's see what we got. I'll just accept all files, and let's see if we got the calendar. Yeah, look, we got a working calendar.
All right.
And yeah, I got the latte, and it's already read on the day-to-day.
Can you delete?
And it crashed when I pressed the weeks, so you can see
How do you? Yeah.
it doesn't show the exception. Don't worry about it. Yes, there's some issue. And now, what would you do, right? Like, if you don't know what, you can paste this exception with the code to cursor and ask it to fix it. Yeah? Or have an engineer.
But yeah, observe it and then put it. Can you put it in, see whether it fixes it? No, you don't.
I already lost it, but we have to move on. So that's pretty much the Flutter experience, and you can get a real app, and you can see it's already on the home screen, right? And of course, there's no app, no icon. You can set the icons, and this icon, you can create an icon, and you can just ship it through App Store and Play Store. You don't have to do the hack and to home screen through a website. It's a real mobile app, but shipping through Apple Store, and then there's a joke about it. Shipping, use you or I don't know if you joked about me struggling with the Play Store, Apple Store. So it's a bit of a battle and the long process to ship an app through Apple Store and Play Store. You have to do a lot of paperwork. You have to fill out a lot of forms. You have to get through approvals. You have to follow all of the guidelines. But once you go through that, you have your app in Play Store or App Store, and that's where people get apps from, right? People don't really install apps through a website and do home screen. Most likely, none of you knew about this hack to add a website as a launcher, as an app on home screen. Yeah, it's a hidden thing. So these are the two different worlds of creating apps, Lavable versus Cursor. There's one. Okay, so let me just quickly show you what it would be if we did Firebase integration. I'll just show you steps. We won't do it because we are out of time. We have some time for Popable. So, running the project, if you want to add the database via Firebase, you have to go to Firebase, create an account, create the database, and then you have to set up authentication so you can authenticate that data, so you know associated with the user data. Then you have to start run some commands to set up your project for it. You have to make sure the code snippet is there. So when you see, you have to do some manual work. And then, most likely, we're going to hit an iOS version issue, which you have to fix if you're building for iOS. There's an easy solution, but it's not automated, right? And that's it. So it's like 5, 10, 15, 20 steps pretty much to add that logic. But Lavable, maybe 3. Yeah? So you see the difference. Right? All right. So before we go to Q&A, there's like I talked about the app. If you're a non-tech person, use Replit or Lavable. If you're a tech person, use Cursor and something else. And there's another option. If you want to enjoy it, I guess that some of you enjoyed the Lovable one. I guess you're having a good time with it. So there's another product which I built. It's a mobile app for building mobile apps. This is my second startup project I've been working on. And it's trying to address some problems with which Lovable has, which is that you have to type a lot of things. You still have to synchronize with some database. And out of the box, you have to set up the authentication if you want to do something non-trivial. Why does it have to be this complicated? Even though it's not that complicated, can it be simpler? Can it be something which you can just tell AI to do and it just works? Right? So that's my concept, and let me show you how the app looks right now. And it's an ugly prototype. It didn't work this morning, so we'll see if it works now. And it's built in Flutter and Cursor. Okay, so let me present the screen. And it's an app with integrated voice assistant. So the concept is to create apps on mobile with using voice. Because it's natural, I believe it's natural to interact with your phone on mobile. You don't want to type the right long prompts on mobile, it's not very convenient. And you don't really use voice on the computer. But if you want to build an app on the mobile, then you can just use voice. Right? So let's see. So that's Popable. I just built some chips tracker for my wife. It's many chips. So let's start with a new app. and hope it works. I have quite a few. I also have a caffeine tracker. So you start with a clean slate, and let's try if it works. You interact only with voice. It's an MVP, so bear in mind it may not work. I think we are lucky today.
Welcome to Popable. I'm here to help you create mobile apps. What would you like to build?
All right, I would like to build a caffeine tracker app, a caffeine intake tracker app with some common options and the calendar, let's say.
That sounds great. A caffeine tracker app with common options and a calendar will be useful for tracking daily intake. Here's a simple plan. A main screen to log caffeine consumption, a list of common options like coffee, tea, and energy drinks, and a calendar to view your caffeine intake over time. Does that sound good?
That sounds good, but can you give me some other ideas?
Certainly. Here are a few more ideas you could consider adding to your caffeine tracker app. 1. Reminder alerts. Notifications to remind you to log your caffeine intake at certain times. 2. Caffeine limit. A feature to set a daily
let's do the caffeine limit. Okay, so like I said, the daily limit. All right? No more talking, just create the app. Okay, so it gathered the requirements and the conversation, and let's see what it builds. So this is an MVP. It may not create as shiny app as the other products. I'm still working on fine-tuning the AI, but it showcases the concepts, right? The primary concept of the product. It takes roughly 30 seconds unless it crashes. The animation is smooth on my phone. Okay, so
the caffeine tracker app has been created. You can now log common drinks, see your daily total, and set a daily limit.
Okay, not as shiny. I don't see the calendar, so I would have to ask it. All right, I don't see the calendar. Can you add the calendar in a second tab? All right, let's see if it fixes it. I'm using a much simpler model for this one, for the prototype. I'm not using Claude. Maybe that's why it missed it, but I plan on switching to a more advanced model. Okay. So I try to hide all of the complexity, all of the code. Everything is hidden, and we just get it. Let's see if it works. Who thinks it will work? All right.
The calendar tab has been added to the app, so you can now view your caffeine history.
Okay, I have a history with the calendar. Not too sleek, but yeah, mobile-first navigation. Yeah, and should be functional. And what's great, well, I think what's great, like, you can actually share your app very easily. You can also press autofill, or you can have suggestions and a custom input for caffeine amount. So it's just like you can just click it, and then build the app. You can undo. You can press auto-fix, it will just try to make improvement to your app. And you can press share. You can just share it. And you have the mobile-first sharing UI. Yeah, which you can share with another person through, let's say, my wife or mine. Yeah, and that's it. And the app is shared. They can open the app, and they have it. So let me show you some other apps I installed on the home screen. That's the chips tracker. Oh, it asked me for login. Login comes out of the box. I have to set it up. Here we have a question.
Yeah, what voice provider are you using?
I'm using GPT. I do want to switch to Gemini, like the API. There's a lower latency, but it's very bad. Yeah, does that answer the question? Yeah. So the authentication comes out of the box. You don't have to name the super base. It just works. It just works. Track back of chips, set the limit. Yeah, I had one pack of chips, and so on and so on. And you will remember your settings. Another app, exercise tracker. Ah, that's broken. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, let's see.
Useful. So period tracker useful.
Okay, period tracker. All right. Period tracker. I think it's kind of sleek.
Where can we access Popable?
So Popable, there's a waitlist. It's not released yet. It's coming soon. If you're interested, please support me on the journey. I would love your support, and I would love to give it to you first and give you some free credits so you can use it for free. Let me show you, yes, we got your tracker. Let me show you, oh, this, one cool thing here I forgot to show you. It's because it's a mobile app. You always have it. It always shows you the last app. So it pretty much, you don't have to install it. Your app is always there. Yeah? So you can edit it, but you don't have to edit it. You can just have it here, and you can use it here in this UI. Yeah. If you want to edit it, you can edit it. All right, so let me show you the waitlist if you're interested, but no pressure. But I'd love you to support me on this journey, and I will, in return, I will give you free credits, so you can build apps for free.
So it goes like, is that the Flutter apps?
Yeah, no, those apps are not
React.
they are not React. They are it's different. It's a
different app, okay.
It's a different concept. All right, so if you're interested, Popable.ai, enter your email. It's just a quick website, which is also created in Cursor, the website. Yeah. This is very cool. Huh?
Really cool.
Thank you, thank you. You just ask creator. Alright, so you see we have multiple options. There's so many options on the market. From yeah.
I can't join the waitlist. It says too many subscriptions.
Okay. Yeah. So yes. No problem with that, right? But the thing is, the chance like because you're using Fishburners Wi-Fi, if you just use a different Wi-Fi, the waitlist provider has a linear 4 or 5 yet. So maybe try it home again, and thank you so much. So to sum up, you see there's so many options. If you are interested in using Popable, that's wonderful. But you have other options like Lavable, Waitlist, and also Cursor if you're more savvy. And you can switch between these tools. You have to stay in the ecosystem. Like if you create a React app, you cannot continue in Flutter. But you can continue the React app in Cursor if you have more control, right? So thank you so much for coming. We are over time. If you have some quick questions, we can do quick questions for 5 minutes. Otherwise, I don't want to keep you for too long. You have to run home. Thank you so much for coming today. And I'm looking forward to seeing your beautiful apps coming live soon. Maybe it will be a coffee tracker. I'll see you in news tomorrow as the best coffee tracker, redefining the coffee industry, whatever.
Six. Thank you so much. Before we go, do you think you can take maybe just like a Wi-Fi? I just take one from here, and then just for the for LinkedIn, that's okay. Thanks. All right, everybody in? Wait, you're not in. Okay. One, two, everybody in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming. If you have any quick questions, we can do quick questions.
Yeah. Are you considering Lovable already exists and is quite popular? What angle is Popable coming in? What's the difference between them?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to reduce the friction. I think Lavable is still relatively intimidating if you don't know how to use it, and when you have to set up the interface and it quickly gets technical. And so I want to just lower the entry as frictionless as possible. And focus on mobile.
Before everybody leaves, I'll be sending a post-event survey form. We really appreciate it if you just receive some feedback. And also, if it's possible to help us grab the table and put it in the middle of the main hall, that will be very helpful because it's a community event. So thank you very much. Again.
So the tables are really heavy,
yeah, and
you can have this.
In the communication, there will also be a link to join the Slack group, so you can be connected and you can ask questions. Professional services for a bit, and then I went to the analytics, and I found a coding camp. And I was teaching like sorry, let me show you how it's actually sorry, you want to,
Yeah.
hey, suddenly you finished.
The people there are so passionate.
But I think I didn't but I think an
That's what we make.
Let me turn off the recording.
Okay. Hopefully, curious how much waitlist signups I got.
All right, so yeah, let me do the screenshot recording.